Regardless of if you love watching the Oscars or love to hate watch it, the highlight is always when there's an upset winner. With months of being told why a person or film is going to win, there's nothing like watching the genuine surprise and spontaneous, authentic reaction when someone seems to steal away Hollywood's biggest prize. That can range from Roberto Benigni standing on his seat after winning Best Actor in 1999 to Adrien Brody planting a big kiss on presenter Halle Berry when he won the award in 2003. And let's not forget the way Moonlight shocked the world last year. Here are the 21 biggest upsets in Oscar history ranked.
1. Moonlight beating La La Land for Best Picture, 2017. It's a moment that will go down in Oscar history as its most shocking, and most puzzling. After the favorite of the night to win Best Picture, La La Land, came on stage to accept the award after presenters Warren Beatty and Mia Farrow announced the title as the winner, it was discovered that they were given the wrong envelope to present with, and in fact Moonlight was the real winner. In dramatic fashion, La La Land producer Jordan Horowitz grabbed the winning card from Beatty's hand and showed the world that it said Moonlight on it. He then encouraged Moonlight director Barry Jenkins and the rest of the members of the film to come to the stage to accept the Oscar. Moonlight, the underdog movie released by the independent film company A24, beating the odds-on favorite in that kind of way, there's no bigger or dramatic upset in the history of award shows.
2. Forrest Gump beats Pulp Fiction and The Shawshank Redemption for Best Picture, 1995. As the years pile on, the win by Forrest Gump becomes more of a head-scratcher. Though it was acclaimed at the time, so were Pulp Fiction and The Shawshank Redemption, which were both up for the prize that year. And while all three continue to have fans, Pulp Fiction stands out as a once-in-a-lifetime movie experience.
3. Kevin Costner beats Martin Scorsese for Best Director, 1991. The Best Director not to win an Oscar narrative was building when praise for Goodfellas came around. Considered to be a can't-miss, Scorsese's gangster classic lost to Kevin Costner's directing of Dances with Wolves.
4. How Green Was My Valley beats Citizen Kane for Best Picture, 1942. Though Citizen Kane has gone on to be considered one of the greatest movies ever made, at the time of its release some didn't feel that way. Especially those who were close to William Randolph Hearst, who was the inspiration behind Kane character Charles Foster Kane. That likely played a factor in How Green Was My Valley getting the win.
Shakespeare in Love beats Saving Private Ryan for Best Picture, 1999. With Steven Spielberg winning Best Director, it was assumed that Best Picture would go to his Saving Private Ryan, but the campaigning skills of Harvey Weinstein struck again, pulling off the incredible win for Shakespeare in Love.
6. Crash wins Best Picture, 2006. Though it didn't earn the kind of box office dollars of its competitors, Crash took the Best Picture win, upsetting the beloved Brokeback Mountain, which many thought should have rightfully won. It even led to speculation of homophobia from voters.
7. Roberto Benigni wins Best Actor for Life is Beautiful, 1999. With a field that included Edward Norton, American History X, Nick Nolte, Affliction, Ian McKellen, Gods and Monsters, and Tom Hanks, Saving Private Ryan, it was Roberto Benigni in Life is Beautiful who stunned everyone with not just the win but a balancing act on chairs on the way to accepting the award.
8. 3 6 Mafia wins Best Original Song for Hustle and Flow, 2006. The first ever Oscar win for a rap group was not just a landmark moment for the music genre but the then unknown 3 6 Mafia for the song they wrote for Hustle and Flow.
9. Rocky wins Best Picture, 1977. In a year when All the President's Men and Network led the Oscars in nominations and wins, both lost the biggest prize to the ultimate underdog movie, Rocky.
10. Beatrice Straight wins for Network, 1977. Holding the record for winning an Oscar with the shortest screen time, Beatrice Straight's moving performance in Network as a jilted wife lasted only 5 minutes.
11. Marissa Tomei wins for My Cousin Vinnie, 1993. You could say Marissa Tomei has had a handful of roles in her career that she should have won an Oscar for, but it's playing the wisecracking Brooklyn gal Mona Lisa that got her a Best Supporting Actress win. And it shocked the world.
12. Adrien Brody wins for The Pianist, 2003. Though the whole world was shocked that Adrien Brody won, it looked like Brody himself was the most surprised as he walked on the stage in a daze, even giving a big kiss to presenter Halle Berry.
13. Bob Fosse beats Francis Ford Coppola, 1973. Though The Godfather would walk away with Best Picture, Best Actor, and Best Screenplay, it would be Bob Fosse directing Cabaret that would upset the movie's evening as he took the Best Directing prize from Francis Ford Coppola.
14. The Greatest Show on Earth beats High Noon for Best Picture, 1953. In the era when the Western was king, the classic High Noon shockingly lost to life under the big top with Charlton Heston and James Stewart in The Greatest Show on Earth.
15. Art Carney beats Al Pacino and Jack Nicholson, 1975. Sometimes the Academy gives out an Oscar more for a person's career than the performance, and that's what happened here. There's really no other explanation for how Art Carney in Harry and Tonto won Best Actor over Al Pacino in The Godfather Part 2 and Jack Nicholson in Chinatown.
16. Geoffrey Fletcher wins Best Screenwriting for Precious, 2010. Up against the likes of Armando Iannucci, In the Loop, and Jason Reitman, Up in the Air, Geoffrey Fletcher was an unlikely bet for his Oscar.
17. Juliette Binoche beats Lauren Bacall for Best Supporting Actress, 1997. Another legend who was supposed to get a long-awaited Oscar was Lauren Bacall for her performance in The Mirror Has Two Faces, but instead Juliette Binoche got Best Supporting Actress for The English Patient. Bacall never got over it, and in her autobiography she admitted she really wanted the Oscar and blamed the aggressive campaigning by patient distributor Harvey Weinstein.
18. Grace Kelly beats Judy Garland for Best Actress, 1955. Judy Garland had an iconic career but never received an Oscar, not counting her 1940 Juvenile Award for Best Performance by a Child Actor. Her best chance was for A Star Is Born in 1955, but Grace Kelly got the Best Actress prize instead. A puzzling choice by the Academy voters, especially since her win went for her role in the forgettable The Country Girl, when in the same year she starred in Hitchcock classics Rear Window and Dial M for Murder.
19. The King's Speech wins Best Picture, 2011. What was thought to be a film that would showcase Colin Firth's talents to earn him an Oscar, and it did, the movie shocked the likes of nominees The Social Network, The Fighter, and 127 Hours to win the top prize.
20. Anna Paquin wins Best Supporting Actress for The Piano, 1994. Rarely does the Academy award children, but at 11 years old Paquin took the award, beating out Emma Thompson, In the Name of the Father, Winona Ryder, The Age of Innocence, Rosie Perez, Fearless, and Holly Hunter, The Firm, who was also nominated in the Best Actress category for playing opposite Paquin in The Piano. She would win in that category.
21. Marcia Gay Harden wins Best Supporting Actress for Pollock, 2001. A big indicator of who will win on Oscar night comes from the nominations and wins before that night, which is what makes Harden's win so shocking. Her performance as Lee Krasner did not get recognized at the Golden Globes, SAG Awards, or BAFTAs. But her name was called on the biggest night. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to channels.